Alright, hello all. Checking my audio real quick. So I see I have one person on, but I think that's just me. Need to make sure my audio is coming through, and I will get started proper. It sounds like it's working. Alright, so hello all. That sounded like I was drunk. Hello all. Let's try that again. Welcome to the Hyp3rstream. So I'm finally getting around to trying out her story. I was trying to do this at the beginning of December. 2 days in a row I had to cancel for various reasons, but I'm going to try it now. If it doesn't work, I'll just assume that the game is cursed and I'll never try to play it again. On top of that, I hope everyone had a nice, holiday. I'm making sure my okay. So I couldn't hear my audio. You had a good holiday. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas and everything in between. So I know, hopefully no one got snowed on as much as it snowed here. It didn't snow, I guess, terribly too much, but still, it snowed more than I cared for it to. Anywho, enough about the weather. Let's check out her story. So honestly, I don't know anything about this game except for the fact that it seems, I think there's FMV involved in this, which is what attracted me to it in the first place. I'm sure I read the, plot or whatever on the Steam page when I bought it, but I didn't today. So going in this completely blind. So we'll see what's going on. Oh, it's the ER story now. Story. Now it's just a Tory. Okay. So I'm going to make sure that this noise is coming through on the search terms murder. That sounds like a good name for like a book or something. Okay, so I just making sure that that was coming through. Seriously, I think search terms murder is probably like an awesome name for a story. All right, let's query the database. Oh, okay. Well, I'm logged in as an authorized guest, I guess. All right, well. Okay, oh, can I write this? Okay. Let's play. Oh, okay.
I think it's murder. I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
You think it's murder? Well, clearly it is. Hold on, I'm just writing something down real quick. Okay, this user tag, not helpful. Okay, whoop, I didn't mean to play it again. Nope, X, got it. Thank you. Let's get rid of that. All right, 12 seconds. So wait, how long was this one? 11 seconds. This is probably not going to be helpful either.
Yeah, that's me.
All right, well, she just admitted to it.
Okay, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
You know, I was just going to say that can't be because of the date, but then I realized I'm an idiot because that's not how they probably have the date set up there. Anyway, admitted guilt. All right. All right, what do we got here?
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
Uh-huh. I think confession, right? I'm probably screwing up the game by doing that, but whatever.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now.
It took her a couple... God dang it.
We have no idea yet, then.
Tell you how stupid I am in a second.
Just that. Stories.
All right, my next search term is going to be story. So, even though I've already corrected myself in the date, I'm like, it's been 2 months. She's just talking about getting a lawyer now. It's only been a couple days. All right, I'm not going to do any of that. So let's see. Her story. All right. I feel like I should be writing these dates down or something.
It's Rapunzel.
What?
The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince. And Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened.
Man, I don't remember that happening in the story of Rapunzel, but
And Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's
is this a game? I mean, it's I think technically a game. It's FMV-ish in a way.
exactly much.
It's not like Night Trap though, but yeah, I think it's supposed to give you like the feeling of you're a detective and you're going through these things trying to stitch together a story. Weird telling of Rapunzel. I don't even think I spelled that right. All right. A minute. Okay, this one's a longer one. Let's go.
Florence was a warm, kind person,
Well, who's Florence?
but she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story was in there.
The name of the game.
I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older.
I have a feeling that's how I'm going to finish this game is stitch it together later when I'm older.
But her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then. You were married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
Huh. Anyway, going back to chat. Yeah, I kind of like the fake internet or operating system thing they got going on here too. Well, I found a clock. I'll check that out after I'm done this one. Let's check this one out.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back.
From the dead?
She put on my wig, some of my clothes,
What?
pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me.
Did the person that she was talking to not know it was her?
Be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror. Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
Yeah, well, case solved, I guess. All right. Oh my God, what? Huh. Well, that's not creepy. What's the music playing now? Huh. Let me see. Killed with mirror. This was Florence, right? Okay. Let's do the readme. Oh my God. Okay. Introduction to the logic database. Computer technology is the backbone. Blah blah blah. Logic database. This contains footage transferred from the homicide and serious crime tape archive. Okay. Wonder if let's see if robbery works. Click search. If you work around for print a transcript, you can. So I was there to store a clip later. Okay. Well, I mean, I figured most of that out on myself, or my own, I should say. Turn up the game. Yeah, you got it. Let's see. All right. Let me know how that sounds. Let's close this out. What's the really readme? Okay, so here we go. Here's the database. I filed Freedom of Information form to get you guessed access. Everything seems to work. Enter the and then Y2K thing hit and they got them all. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess Y2K got it. What's in the rubbish bin? Oh. A hack thing. What is this? Mirror game. Oh, that's creepy. Cracks with class? Okay. That's just Othello. Wait, why do I have to play against myself? This makes no sense. See, I'm just clicking randomly. Just want to see what happens when you finish it. I guess I'll just not click random, just click. I'm thinking red's gonna take it. You okay? Reverse. How much do you think? It's worth its weight in gold nowadays. Okay, what's this? Database checker? Oh, we got some things missing. Let's refresh it, though. Okay, that didn't do anything. What time is it? Man, it is beach o'clock. I get myself a margarita. Alright, so what did they say? It said robbery and the thing. I know it's... No, it's nothing. I know it said it was an example. I was just curious. Let's try Florence. One should be the one that I already watched. So there's 5 entries.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Yep, found something else. And, I'll just put dead, I don't know. Am I supposed to be at clip stored in user? I wonder if I'm supposed to be, actually storing this in like some type of order. Also, I keep seeing like another reflection in the, like right now. I guess that's just supposed to be the reflection of the character. See lips. Huh. I don't know. Let's check out the next one. 18 seconds, alright.
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Oh. Happy occasion. Sure. I'm really just putting tags in so I know that I've watched it.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
Alright. So checking back over to the chat. Yeah, I feel like I noticed that too there with the lights. That is a really cool touch. It is a really neat touch for this. It's like 5 entries. 38 seconds. Let's check it out.
It was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it, and I'm going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood.
Why is she just telling random stories then?
Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
So every time those lights flicker, I feel like that's like something important, but I guess it's not. I don't know. I'll just put Eve. Also, I do like how it uses only 232 megabytes of local storage. Oh, okay. I got 7 here. Oh, she looks absolutely defeated in this one. Access limited to first 5 entries. Okay, this one's a little earlier than the ones we've seen so far.
My friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
Okay. She was popular. Got it. Alright, how about this one?
Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater.
Well, that's more than
There was no one
fighting.
else around. It was at the far end of the beach. And I held her head under, and I kept it out.
Until the bubbles stopped coming up.
And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown.
Jesus, lady.
But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up afterwards. It was a love-hate relationship.
And then she shanked me. Okay. Attempted murder. Got it. Moving on.
A police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London, and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off. I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police.
And here we are.
So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve. So my parents let me off.
Okay. Bob Dylan. Got it. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Oh, shoot. All right.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
I thought there was someone knocking on the door. Holy crap. So is that Morse code? Okay. Put Simon. I'm just going to throw in Morse code just because. And what's this one?
My mother called me Eve.
Okay. Yeah, she really did have a nice beat going on. Let me see if Morse code pops up. I mean, aside from the one I just put in there. Yeah, she did have it going on for a second there. I wonder how you can get the other entries to pop up.
My name is Hannah. Hannah. It's palindrome.
Yes, it is.
It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work in numeric though, it's not quite symmetrical, but well, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith, I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
All right, I'm glad we got the palindrome video. Oh, lie detector. Let's do it.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
What?
She recognised me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
Wait, why is she talking in the third person? it. Alright, let's just check out Simon. 61 entries. Holy hell. What are some of these other things here? Definitely with the sub. Oh, look at that. Alright. I kind of like the glare, though. What is this? Okay, it's the history of the queries. I'm just clicking on random things. 19 seconds. Let's do it.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Simon does
Checks
more
out.
mirror making, feature windows, artistic things, really beautiful things.
Alright. Really beautiful glass. Got it. I don't know why I capitalized the G. Alright, what about this one? Talk about the glass some more?
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it.
Yeah, makes sense.
There's anything wrong with ginger hair. I bought a photo. They said I should bring a photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
Only because she mentioned it. Ginger. Alright.
It's the Rockington Arms, The Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaids are having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Alright. So I'm starting to write down some things she's saying so I have more things to look up.
There's an abstract one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games.
Simon says?
Climb the tower,
Oh.
save the princess, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
Alright. Got a few words I'm going to try. So with the rock.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock. That's our local. He said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come and see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
Alright, so it's a few days later.
God, I don't know. I guess the Rock. You've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went. I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong. No one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone knew from the Rock.
Interesting. Let's try something really out there. I want to see if the Easter egg pops up anything. No? Alright. What about hidden? I was just curious if there were any cool things that would pop up if you did Easter egg. Let's see. Games. Here's a new one.
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games. and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. Mum was amazed.
I'm so confused by what's going on. Alright, let's check out Mirror. 11 entries. Okay. How do I take it out of the thing?
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror. A nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
Or was it the other person with the wig? Oh, that's a bright suit.
I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. Haven't looked at it since.
Okay.
Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I actually completely agree with you there. I think this has a really has the makings of a really engaging plot, but me not really knowing what I'm doing so much is kind of hindering that a bit. I'm interested to see if what else pops up with these search terms and whatnot when I can actually start piecing things together.
He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off with the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV.
Likes TV, got that. Or back to this again, huh?
On his clothes, that would make sense. He made it by hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. That's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror and he gave it to me.
Okay.
No, I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
I mean, that was a very important clip. Well, something's irking me here. Let's see if something pops up with twin.
Twins? Really? Are you really asking me that question?
I mean, kind of.
Are you out of your mind? Twins?
Yeah, it's like the same exact video. Alright, let's play this one.
There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical. We were the princesses. We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
Huh. Just gonna see what pops up with this.
I mean, what if they were crazy? You hear about these crazy people all the time. I mean, why would anyone who knew Simon want to kill him?
Adultery. Yeah, I don't know at this point. Let's try accident. She did mention that in the video. There we go. Got an extra one.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs.
Jeez.
It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day and I left. Walked out and across the street.
Huh. There's 12 entries with this one. All right.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy.
Oh, that's a new one.
Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
Back to this blazing red jacket.
Yes. I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we had, we still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play up there and make up our own stories.
Oh boy.
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there? I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing in it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all, passports, diaries, gave them all really elaborate stories. Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough.
Had a gun.
Ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
Man, they probably could have just left the moth alone. Alright, let me try if I could spell pregnancy. Alright, and one extra video here.
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile.
Well, this took a turn for sad.
But like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school. And then
Whoops. Alright. Let me just mention Eric. Let me type that in. Alright.
he was wearing a shirt
Brilliant. Up, keep moving my
Blue
freaking
turtleneck
wire on the
shirt.
microphone.
and jeans.
A blue
He has a
turtleneck.
watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric. He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear. I would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
don't think that video was necessary. Yeah, it's funny. I always end up killing like big bugs with either a flip flop I wear in the house or a tissue box, depending on the size. Say the larger the thing you throw at it, seems the the bigger the kill radius.
Yes, there's a car that we share, a Cavalier, and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked in the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
Alright, so someone's got the keys to the
Yes.
van.
That would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash, but Eric convinced him to get one. Well, Eric looks like an uncle to him.
Excuse me.
They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane?
Another name. Alright. Let's go with Diane. Oh, wait. Why does she have a guitar? I'll have to save that one for last. I'm thinking it's going to be the best.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the Glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there. Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, you must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
She's looking for anything to get her out of this room.
Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diane is a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
You know, I was just about to say no, but I got an achievement for it. So, yay me. All right, I don't even I don't know what to even think about this. Did she get a guitar in there? All right, let's find out.
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. And they get on so well.
Let me sing a
Maybe
song
something
about
to
it.
do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
No. Come on. You can't have a guitar there and not play it. All right, there we go. 2 minutes, Jesus.
You want me to play something? I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay? Probably needs tuning. No. How about a traditional ballad? Should be right up your street.
I don't know if I should take offense to that or not.
There were 2 sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the rain. The eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. See, they both had a love for the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain. But he only cared for the youngest one. pushed her in and held her down. Oh, the wind and the rain watched her as she slowly drowned. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Oh, she floated up and she floated down. Oh, the wind and the rain floated till a ship came by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Out comes the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain. Father dear, here swims and swan. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And then it gets really weird, so I think that's a good place to stop.
Oh, it gets weird after that, sure. You know, I don't know if I really want that achievement. Oh my god. So that part of the song was what she said she did to, I'm assuming, her sister.
No.
Huh.
No, Simon didn't play guitar. He wasn't very musical. He liked to listen, but he was tone deaf.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it's my guitar.
I'm glad we cleared that up. Alright, did I try Diane yet? I can't even remember. Okay, I did. I just forgot to cross it off my list here. Steel. Okay, that's nothing. Cavalier. Okay, and let's do a quick search for Van. No, okay. Dollhouse. Oh, there we go.
The legal stuff was completed very quickly. Hannah moved back in with Simon. Eric gave Simon the week off to help with the move. He decorated, modernised wallpaper curtains. Hannah insists the attic be left as it was, dollhouse and all. Simon never went up there.
All right, sorry, I'm here. I had to drop something off my desk. So what did I search there? Dollhouse. Okay, I also wrote down lasers. All right.
A mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the Glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. It's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
Uh-huh.
I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the Glaziers. We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby, if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope.
Okay. I guess I spelled that wrong. Oh well. Hairs.
What kind of hairs?
I really have nothing for that. Let's try argument. All right. There's a few here.
I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument.
Who's Helen now?
As he said, he likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Not sure who he is there, but
No, couple stuff. A stupid argument, nothing specific. No one knows how to push your buttons better than those
I mean, she's not wrong.
No. I mean, yes, we have arguments, but he never runs off. He always comes back. We make up. It's always that way.
Every weekend.
Yes. He left after the argument. It was about 8 o'clock.
Good to know. Did I try Eric already? I don't know if I did, but... Alright, got a few more for this one.
No. I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months. We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after. Then my parents died. It was the worst year of my life. The miscarriage and then my parents. They'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed.
So
just awful.
Both at the same time, huh?
It was so soon after my miscarriage. The worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that it was just like, fuck.
I wonder if that glitch happens when the glare's off.
I was infertile. Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications.
Pesky complications. Alright, I don't know why I wrote this down, but...
I left the next day, Saturday. I slept for a few hours in the car. When I woke up, I came straight back. Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house and
A little
Simon
twitchy
wasn't
here.
there. And I... Excuse me. Is there a bin?
Wonderful. Twitchy.
It was late. Early Saturday morning.
I even had these little clips.
Well, a week or so.
It's when
ago.
she's pregnant in that last
It would have
scene.
been the Saturday before my birthday. You know, I get like that on the weekends, have a lie-in, then want to get up and blitz the house.
Be good if I understood some of the slang. I also had Friday written down because he said that a few times. I got one extra one.
I wasn't in the house all of Friday night. After the argument, after Simon left, I left too. I was upset and I wanted to get away, so I took the car.
And she drove so far away. Yeah, let's just go through all the days now. Sunday's nothing there. Monday, drop something. Alright, Tuesday. Wednesday. Thursday. Alright. Oops, it'd help if I could spell. Spell at all, or type, I should say. Alright, we got one extra one here.
Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding.
I wonder if 17 would be one.
Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful.
Even that was black.
The train wasn't quite as long though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
I wonder if she's a fan of Dancing Queen. No. She was only 17, right?
A long time. We got married when I was 17.
These short clips are just so pointless.
No, I was 15. Carl was older.
Who the hell's Carl now?
17, I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. Stupid.
No wonder all the bad shit happened to you.
So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family.
Ay.
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. After the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents.
Wait,
There was no way
what?
I'd follow. So we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognised me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant, but I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers, drunk guys I'd met in clubs, parks and alleyways. I was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD.
Whoa, okay. A lot to unpack in this one.
When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I had a hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
Interesting. I was confused because she said that Hannah was a guy. I looked it up, and it's not normally used for guys, so I don't know if that's a typo. But yeah, holy shit. Let's try this. She mentions STD.
I was living in the attic. It was a very hard time. I was depressed, was still pretty sick of the STD.
Well, what was
I
it?
came down one morning and they were dead. They were in bed and both had been sick. They'd thrown up a lot. And I'd slept through it.
In my drunken stupor.
The police said it was the mushrooms they ate.
She poisoned him.
Dad was a mushroom expert. He used to take us picking with him, and he taught us how to recognise them. And there's no way he would have picked death caps. But the police believe that's what happened. They never even looked in the attic.
Sounds like they're shit at their job. I'm sorry, I left the death caps. It just reminded me of like Super Mario. Okay, let's go back to let's check out who Carl is. 24 seconds.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy. We were 15. Family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
Well, lucky Simon. This one's a long one, alright.
She's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity. It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze. We used a hairbrush. After that, we took it in turns, though. I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
My God.
Hannah was
It's
so
crazy.
sweet with Simon. She started getting jealous. Didn't want to share. Even the first date. We went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went. Kept changing places in the toilet. We only had one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date.
So it's not the same person? So that's what I was going with.
Didn't kiss me. But that was it. We didn't want another Carl in our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back. After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
That's all it takes. I'm trying to figure out where I left off here.
I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married.
Hooray! Helen. Aw. No one's for Helen. Reminds me, I don't remember if I put that notification one for subscribers from the Helen from what was it called? Ambition. Where she has the violin about to smash someone's head. Okay, 15's not one. Plumber didn't give us anything else. Let's try TV. We got one new TV or one new video to watch. All right.
Mother wanted me to grow my hair long, but I kept cutting it myself. I wanted to look like my reflection. She always had short hair when she was little. Mother would hide the scissors, but I would find a way.
Use my teeth.
Bread knife, something like that. My reflection would always leave her house and go on adventures, but I never could. Mother taught me at home, and I had books and TV. TV was magical, but it was only on when it wanted to be, so I spent a lot of time reading books.
Books. All right.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. Are any of these in colour? I hoover, I dust every week. Maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day, ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
All right, got a few more words to try. Sorry, looking at the chat now. Were you introduced to a lot of things you discussed through Hyp3rstream? Short answer is yes. Honestly, Darkseed especially. Ambition I saw through them. Harvester too, but that was one I guess people subscribed to me had wanted me to talk about or play. I can't think. I'm sure I've done plenty of other things. I mean, most of the Flash games I'm sure they've covered. But yeah, a lot of what I've probably featured has been shown on their channel for sure.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends, and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children.
Did you ever watch
Simon
this one?
was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys.
Huh.
Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. You know? Plus, he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books.
One more in this one.
Yes. The first time we saw each other, it was strange. We both realised at the same moment, I think. We must have seen each other before, but there was this instant when we first realised it wasn't a reflection. The reflection was staring back. I think I was 5. It was my birthday. My reflection was wearing a party hat and waving. I knew what party hats were from books. And it suddenly occurred to me, today must be my birthday. I waved back, and we just spent ages waving at each other and copying each other's movements.
That's when I realized it was one of those wacky inflatable arm tube men. So you mentioned Rapunzel. Did I try that before? I don't remember. There's a few here. 8 seconds. Let's do it.
Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again? We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty, pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper and dressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure between the June and July videos, like she was replaced with the the shapeshifter from the Dark World. Definitely an ancient situation here.
No, he was as shy as me. I asked a friend to ask him out for me. We had our first date at the Odeon in North End. We went to see Risky Business. I had on my one best dress. Simon paid. He bought me a whisper, and I was worried about getting chocolate on my teeth.
And now she's worried about murder.
Mum and Dad never knew what was going on. We got so good at it. We were so in sync that we'd use each other to cheat. If one of us had a hangover, the other one would go to school. Whoever was best at a subject would sit the exam.
I guess that's the way to do it, honestly.
Between us. Some things one is better than the other at.
Huh. All right.
Yeah, when I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything though, I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till. The whole thing was wrong. The bags, I think they were from our kitchen, you can probably check that. We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there.
And then we put Dad there. We were done with him.
The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours. No, they were shut. Most of the windows were really hard to open anyway. They're stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap in the back door.
They have a cat?
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms.
It had a skull on it, you know, it's purple.
It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But I mean, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone, and no one had any reason to hurt them.
Alright, let's see. I might try a few more and then call it for the stream.
Okay. She's being chased. They're trying to catch her because she did something bad. I guess she broke the rules. Or maybe they think she did something bad. Maybe it wasn't her fault. She looks scared, not guilty. Maybe it was mistaken identity. Did they catch her there? I don't know.
And that was good to know, I guess.
Way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things, and we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page. We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. We would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them.
Yeah, they sound like they live a stressful life.
It lasted about 6
Overthinking
months.
everything.
I tried to carry on, but everything was different. Hannah insisted I not pretend to be her around Simon, let alone sleep with him. We didn't share him like the others. The rules had changed. Me living in the attic had become weird in a way it hadn't been before.
I mean, I'm sure that was always weird. Right. Try this real quick, see if this pulls up something different. Alright.
When beautiful people died, we always felt like it was a sign. You remember Princess Grace? Grace Kelly? She died in a car crash the year before we met Simon. We used a Ouija board to speak to her, and that gave us the power to find him. That's what we thought then. That people who died tragically leave some kind of magic behind. We used to share dreams. We used to wake up and write them down in our diaries immediately and compare them.
I'm going to do one more. This wasn't mentioned. I'm just curious what will happen. Nothing, huh? I don't know if I even spelled that right. Let me try. This was brought up a while ago. Oh, just the one, huh? How about present? Got that written down too. Alright. Let's go through these.
It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present.
Ungrateful much.
From when I woke up. Okay. I woke up. Simon was already up and he made me birthday breakfast of eggs Benedict. We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work, had some birthday cake, children sang me happy birthday, then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby. It turned into a big argument. Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could and get some space to think. So I left. present to myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup.
Okay. Trying to think if there's any that might not pull up anything else, but how do I close this? Let's see, I think... Oh, wow, okay. So I think I've hit a lot of them here. At least I think that's what that means. Still have a long way to go. I have not put these in any kind of order, so who knows if, if I can even solve the mystery at the end. Huh. Well, it's like, I don't know if this is what I expected or not, but it's been interesting so far. I think it might be interesting to keep going and see what actually happens in this game. But as for tonight, I'm going to have to call it a night. Yeah, I'll do my best to try to do this or follow up next Saturday. I don't think I'm doing anything. I don't know where my calendar is, but I still have to make the official announcement of what the schedule is going to be from moving on from here. So I guess I'm going to leave it. I want to see what happens if you log off. No, that's kind of neat. So essentially nothing. Just put you back here. Is that what happens when you do this too? Okay. All right. I guess with that being said, thanks for everyone who came out and watched. Maybe we'll figure out what her story is next week.